on this amazing Wednesday. I wanted to pop on here because it's been a minute. I think it's been about a week since I've been on live. But I wanted to let you know that I'll be starting a second channel. So, this channel, originally, when I started it, it was about personal development, um, self help, all that good stuff. And then it evolved into relationship advice and topics. So, with this new channel will be specifically for dating. So if you're a guy that is dating for a relationship, dating for marriage, but you don't want to make those mistakes that a lot of men that are currently in relationships, you don't want to make those same mistakes. This channel that I'm going to make coming up is going to better prepare you for that situation. So, this channel coming up, the reason why I wanted to do this is because there's some big reasons. The first reason why I wanted to create a second channel is because I've noticed that a lot of my content, it attracts men that are married, men that are in relationships, men that are dating just for sex, men that are dating just for a relationship. So it attracted a lot of different men from a lot of different backgrounds, and it got kind of confusing, not for myself, but for a lot of audiences. It got confusing because on one end, you may have a guy that is dating to just have sex. But I talk about something when it comes to a relationship, and it's like, well, this isn't for me. This doesn't make any sense. And I wanted to alleviate that because the other reason is because when you have men that are actually married, they're in serious relationships, and their pain point is my wife doesn't have sex with me anymore. My wife disrespects me. I feel less of a man in my relationship or my marriage. And they have real issues on the line, whether it's to deal with kids, whether it's to deal with the verge of divorce, different things, different situations that men who are in relationships have, or men that are in marriages have. Their situation is totally different from the guy that is dating and he's afraid to talk to a woman, or he's afraid to get rejected. And I'm not saying that it's not important, because I understand some men, if you're afraid to approach a woman or you're afraid of getting rejected, that limits your chance of actually building a relationship with the woman that you want to be with. Maybe you want to marry one day, whatever it is. So my thought process is, what I'm going to do is create two separate channels. This channel specifically will be for my guys that are in relationships, guys that they feel like they don't have respect in their relationship anymore. Maybe there's lack of sex, lack of the intimacy, the desire that your woman once had for you. Maybe you lack leadership, maybe you lack communication skills, whatever it is that is your issue or your problem or your challenge or your struggle when it comes to your relationship. That's what this channel is going to be about. Now, the other channel, that channel specifically is going to be for my guys that are dating. And like I said earlier, my guys that are dating for a relationship, my guys that are dating for marriage, it's going to be for you. And even my guys that are dating just because they want to have sex, but me personally, sex is easy. If you have to, I'm not even going to go to that route. All I'm going to say is, if you have to pay a coach to help you to get sex from a woman or with a woman, you might as well just give it up. I'm going to just be honest with you. So that's what that channel, that second channel, is going to be about. And the things we're going to talk about on the dating channel is helping you to alleviate choosing the wrong woman when it comes to the woman that you want in a relationship or marriage, but also the red flags to look for, different things to establish as far as what your laws, your goals, your principles, your rules, everything that has to do with you, to ensure that you build a solid foundation. That's what we're going to focus on the dating channel. We're also going to focus a little bit on personal development. And the reason why I say personal development on that channel is because you have to develop yourself as a man from when you're dating on till you're in a relationship, till you're married, till you have kids, all that stuff. You always want to make sure that you're constantly learning, growing, and developing yourself. And that's one of the things that I think is missing with some channels when they talk about dating, because they're not necessarily focused on you becoming a better man to become a better man. It's more focusing on you becoming a better man so you can attract women just to have sex or sleep with. And my thing is, I don't want my content to be shallow. I want to go really deep in my content to where, regardless of what situation you're in, even if you're with a woman or you're at your career, your job, wherever you're at, that is going to help you become better in any situation, not just a situation with a woman, but a situation in life, your friends, your family, your colleagues, wherever you're at in life. That's what the second channel is going to help you with. But like I said, it's mainly going to be focused on men that are in the dating scene and they want to date effectively. They don't want to deal with the bullshit that their friends deal with. They actually want to be in a relationship. They actually want to be in a marriage, but they just want to make sure they stop choosing the wrong woman. So I'm going to go deep in that channel. And the reason why is because I noticed, like I said earlier, any channel that deals with relationships or dating, I noticed that a lot of the stuff is surface level. And when it's surface level, you can kind of blend the two in and have it on one channel. But for me, I want to make sure that when I'm talking to my guys that are in a relationship, you feel like I'm talking to you directly. You feel like, hey, he's talking to me. He's not talking to the guy that's dating. He's not talking to the guy that's married or whatever. He's talking specifically to me. Hope I said that right. But that's why I want to do that. One is because there needs to be a separation, because you may be in a phase in your life where you're ready to settle down, you're ready to get into a relationship, you're ready to marry, and you may be in a phase in your life where you're done with all that, you're done with dating, you're actually with a woman, but you're just not getting the respect that you wanted. You're not getting the sex that you wanted. You're not able to lead. So that's why I wanted to start this live, just to give an update and just let you know that there's going to be two different channels. If you just got on here, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, especially if you're in a relationship. If you're dating, stay tuned for the relationship channel that's going to come up. But I specifically wanted to make two different channels because I'm not going to be just doing surface level bullshit where it sounds good and I tell you, hey, say the right words, do this, do that. Men don't operate that way. I wanted to be able to make it to where as soon as you become a channel member, you subscribe to one of the two channels. If you want to subscribe to both, that's fine. But I wanted to make it to where if you're in a relationship, you feel heard. You're like, okay, this channel is specifically for me. You're not confused because I'm telling you things about dating, things about this, things about that. It's specifically for the relationship. And the same thing for my guys that are in relationship or that are dating, excuse me. The same thing for my guys that are dating. I don't want you to feel like, well, this doesn't really apply to me because I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. What is this guy talking about? So that's specifically why I wanted to branch out the two channels. Now, with the channel coming out, is gonna, I'm probably for sure, well, I don't want to say probably, I'm going to create that channel before the fall. So it's probably going to be around July, August time frame when I create the channel for the dating. And I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll post something in the community. And if you're a subscriber right now and you are dating, don't unsubscribe from this channel, because sooner or later, obviously, you're going to be in a relationship if that's what you choose to do, and it's going to be valuable content for you. But if you're new or you're dating right now and you want to really hone in on understanding how to attract the right woman, choose the right woman, and all the good stuff that it comes with dating, make sure you subscribe to that channel. Because like I said, when you look at the channel, you're going to see a distinct difference between that channel where I'm talking about dating and the channel where I'm talking about relationships. Because I've seen many channels where they talk about both dating and relationships and marriages and they add it all together. And I understand that. I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, it's like I want to teach you your numbers, 1, 2, 3, and you're adding and subtracting on one channel. And the other channel, I want to teach you subtraction or multiplication, calculus, algebra, all the advanced stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And you'll notice a difference when you go to my channel. And not saying that you have to compare me to anybody else, but when you go to my channel, you'll be like, okay, this guy actually talks about the real challenges when it comes to dating. That's all he talks about. Or when you come to my channel, this guy only talks about the real challenges when it comes to a relationship. So that's why I have two separate channels. It's going to be great. I know I'm going to be putting in a lot of work into it, and I just don't want to steer you guys wrong or confuse you. I just want you to be able to watch the content, get something from it, apply it to your relationship or to your dating life, and get results at the end of the day, because I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste mine. So that's pretty much what this live is about. If you're new to the channel, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for today. Um, that's pretty much it. Now, one thing I will say when it comes to relationships, I'll go ahead and talk about relationships. This is my relationship channel. One thing I will say is if you're in a relationship or you're married and your woman stopped giving you sex, or she doesn't treat you like she used to, she doesn't seem happy around you, maybe her voice, her tonality is more aggressive, and she's just not the woman that you met before, and you just don't feel like you're in the right relationship. Maybe you're questioning if you should leave the relationship or you should leave the marriage or whatever. One thing I want to tell you is that no matter what advice you get from a therapist, a counselor, church, books, no matter what you do, all of that stuff doesn't really work. And the reason why I say it doesn't really work is because here's the thing. When you first got into a relationship with your woman, the reason why it was different is because one, it was new, it was brand new. You know, your relationship is brand new, so you're going to be attracted to each other, obviously. But the thing is, you have to understand it was the desire that she had for you. The desire that she had for you was high, right? As time goes on, if that desire drops, it's not going to be you learning how to communicate better. It's not going to be you going to therapy or you getting a counselor or you going to church or whatever to fix your relationship. You have to understand the reason why that she may be acting like that is because the desire is not there. A woman can't respect you if she doesn't desire you. If your woman does not desire you, she cannot respect you. I want you to understand that. And you have to think about it like this. What are you doing differently now that you are doing that you did not do or you did do when you first started dating? And the same with her. Yes, we all grow, we all change, we all evolve. I understand that. As an adult, you should be growing every year. You know, you should, a new skill, you know, your health, your fitness, your mentality, all of that should grow. I get that, and that's true. However, the desire for you is gone because you are either doing something that you did not do before that turns her off, or you're not doing something that you used to do before that's turning her off. And that's for you to figure out. That's really for you to figure out. And you have to figure that out, because if you never figure that out, if you never to figure out what you're doing differently or what you're not doing, you have to figure that out, because if you don't figure that out, guess what? She's never going to desire you. And you're going to do all these extra things because you think that's what you're supposed to do. And you're going to be stuck thinking like, why? You know, I speak more assertive. I went to counseling with her. I went to therapy with her. I talk about her feelings. I I affirm her feelings. I do this and that. I help around the house. All of that shit does not matter if she doesn't desire you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like this. I'm going to use an analogy, right? Say, for instance, you have a whatever car you like. Say, for instance, you have a Maserati or you have a Rolls-Royce. Me personally, I like the Rolls-Royce Wraith, even though they don't make those anymore. They make the Spectrums, I think. But say, for instance, you have a Rolls-Royce, right? A really good car, good quality, built to perfection, custom. You can't just get it in a week. You sometimes got to wait months. But say, for instance, you got this Maserati or you have this Rolls-Royce, right? Now, your relationship, when it first started, when you were dating all that stuff, guess what? Your woman saw you as that Maserati or she saw you as that Rolls-Royce. She saw you as that car. The same way you like a car that's perfect, that is magnificent, whatever you want to call it. The same way you see that vehicle is the same way she seen you. She desired you. She wanted to be with you because she knew not every, depending on the type of man you are, she knew that all the women wanted you, but not all the women could have you. Just like a car. A lot of men really enjoy a nice car, but not every man can afford a Rolls Royce. Not every man, can have the opportunity to get one, right? Now, that's the beginning of the relationship. When you first started dating, you had that vehicle, or you were that vehicle that your woman wanted, right? Now, what happened was, as time went on, you let the vehicle get dirty. You didn't get the oil change, you didn't get maintenance, tune-ups, you didn't do none of that shit, right? Now, the interior, same thing. It's dirty on the outside, it's dirty on the inside, but it's still a Rolls Royce. You can still drive it. You can still go play. Like, hey, that's a Rolls Royce, right? So it's still that vehicle. But what happened over time? Not only did it get dirty, not only did you neglect the maintenance and the oil change and all the stuff that you need to do to maintain that vehicle, right? Now the paint is starting to chip. It's starting to peel. But it's still, you can still drive it. You can still do all these things with this vehicle. It's no issue. But the issue starts to happen year after year. And what happens? Let's say you lose a tire. Now you lose a tire. You got the spare tire. But what happens if that spare tire fucks up and it goes flat? Just follow me. I know you're like, what are you talking about? Just follow me. Now, you lose that tire, you start to lose the other tires, and one day you look up and your Rolls Royce that was the custom, beautiful, magnificent Rolls Royce that everybody wanted, guys were saying like, man, you got that? Oh man, that's nice. But now this Rolls Royce is sitting on bricks. You can't use it. It has no value. It's sitting on bricks. The paint is peeling. It's dirty. It's not functioning correctly because the maintenance was not upkept. The oil is jacked up. Everything is jacked up. The inside, the interior, the seats are ripped up. The lights that you have that create like the stars that they have in Rolls Royces, right? They're dim. They don't. Matter of fact, they're not even dim. They don't even light up anymore. So now you have this piece of shit car that was once something that you desired. You desired it, you got it. Now it's just a piece of shit. So think about that equivalent to your woman. When your woman first started dating you and she got into a relationship with you, you were that Rolls Royce equivalent, right? Now you're just a piece of shit. Now I'm not calling you a piece of shit. What I'm saying is that's how she views you. And guess what? Remember I said there's no tires, so how can you actually drive the vehicle? So if you go to therapy, right? you can clean the car. It's nice and clean. You got a paint job, whatever. It looks nice now, right? It looks nice. But you go to counseling, you read the books, you get the interior clean, you change the seats, everything starts to look a little bit better. It starts to look a little bit good. Then you start to really affirm her emotions. You start to talk about emotions and stuff. You start doing extra stuff around the house. You start helping her out with this, helping out with that. And now the lights on the roof, and we're talking about a Rolls-Royce Wraith if you just popped in here. Now the lights on the roof, um, they're lit up now. So everything is looking nice. Everything's looking nice. The exterior is looking nice. The interior is looking nice. Everything's good. Now you go underneath the engine and you say, you know what? I'm gonna just start reading some books on relationships to help my relationship get better. And you're like, okay, cool. I start to learn some shit. Okay, cool. Now you get under the hood because you haven't maintained it. You haven't got the oil change, did the tune-ups, all the other stuff that you need to do for a vehicle. And now you actually get that done. So under the hood is good. The paint job is good. The exterior, the interior, everything it looks flawless. Your vehicle, your Rolls Royce that you once desired looks flawless now, right? Now, what do you think is missing? You did all of that work, but something is missing. What could that be? It's the four tires. You don't have tires on the vehicle, so guess what? It doesn't matter what you do. All the things I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter because you can't take the car anywhere. And that's how the relationship is with you and your woman or your wife or whatever. You can't get back everything that you had before because now you have she has no reason to desire you because the wheels are not there. And that's my analogy to the vehicle. No matter what you do, counseling, therapy, read books, watch videos, it does not matter if the tires, if the tires are not there, you can't go forward. If the desire is not there, it doesn't matter what you do, you can't go forward. And that's the reason why videos are okay, counseling is okay, therapy is okay, books are okay, watching videos are okay, but the thing that you're missing is the desire, which are those tires. Now, if you've been watching it this far, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. But that is where I come in as your coach, right? I help you get clear on exactly what is missing. I help you get clear on why she's not desiring you so you can really get that desire back, get that desire, the intimacy. Like, you know that you want your woman to desire you. You know that you want your woman to be eager to give you sex. You want your woman to be eager to be the woman she was when you first met her. Remember when you first met your woman and things were going good and you really thought she was the one, and now you're in a situation in the relationship or marriage where you feel like, did I make the wrong decision? Is she actually the one for me, or should I even divorce her? That's what's going through your mind. My guys that are watching this video that are in those type of relationships and marriages, you know what I'm talking about. And the thing is, coaching will help you get clear on exactly what you want, number one, because sometimes when you get into a relationship, you don't know what you wanted in the beginning. You just wanted a woman or you just wanted sex. She gave you that. But all these other things came along with it that you were not expecting, and now you're stuck and confused because of that, and there's lack of desire. So what I'm going to do is help you get clear on exactly what your ideal relationship should look like that you want, but also help you understand the steps to get you there. Because it's not about telling you what to do. It's not about telling you pickup lines. It's not about telling you all this airy-fairy bullshit that doesn't move the needle forward. It's about actually helping you understand yourself first, understand why you tick, why you make certain decisions, why you have certain emotional reactions internally and externally, to where you can make better decisions and see, oh, that's why I messed up. I stopped doing this. Or I started doing this. And when you get clear on that and you understand what's really going on, now you can have the opportunity to build back that desire. Because every woman, I don't care who she is, I don't care. You could say, like, oh, my woman, she's not like that, or, my woman is foreign. It doesn't matter. All women have things inside them biologically and psychologically that they can't even explain themselves. All women have this in them that makes them desire certain men, and it's based on your behaviors. But if you don't have those certain behaviors and you don't know what those are, guess what? You're always going to be lost and stuck, and you can't move forward. And just to give you a quick little explanation of what I'm trying to say, when you first started dating your woman, right? The behaviors that you displayed were more of primal behaviors, meaning that your body and your mind wanted to procreate. You wanted that woman, so you acted a certain way. If you're not a nice guy, now that's a totally different topic. But instinctively, in your own biologic biological nature as a man, you did certain things that made a woman desire you because you wanted her. So there's things that you did that attracted her and that made her desire you. But as time went on, your body and your mind is like, well, we have her. We don't need to pursue and we don't need to do the things we did before because we already have her. And that's what happens with a lot of men is when they're in a relationship for a long period of time, they start to say they're bored with their woman, or they want a different woman, or that, they say a lot of other stuff I won't get into. But the thing is, it's like, have you ever thought that your woman really never changed? It was you that changed. Your behavior changed, and those certain behaviors is what's caused her to no longer desire you. But you ain't supposed to know all that. You ain't supposed to know all that. But that's pretty much what I help men with, man. And when it comes to their relationships, is really helping them dial it in so they can get back what they once had, get that respect, learn how to lead, learn how to communicate, all those things. You still need to know how to do all those things when it comes to a relationship. But if you don't have the desire, it doesn't really matter, if that makes sense. So you can have the nice car, you could have the Rolls-Royce that's flawless, but if you don't have those tires, it doesn't really matter because you can't drive it anywhere. So what's the point? Hope this makes sense. Just wanted to get on here and just share with you that I will be creating a second channel. That channel will be dedicated to my men that are dating. And this channel will continue to be the channel for men that are in relationships or marriages. And I went in a little bit on the missing thing or the missing link or element that causes women not to be how they were when you first met or when you first got into a relationship. And that's the missing key of desire. But I also talked about what brings out that desire, and that is your behavior. And once you understand the behavior that brings out that desire, regardless of who your woman is, then you will start to see a difference and a shift in your relationship and get back that respect, that desire, that love, everything that was missing, that is missing, that was there before. You're going to be able to get that back, and it's going to be even better. So, hope this video makes sense. Give it a thumbs up if you're new. If you are new and you're dating, stay tuned for the dating channel. I'll be coming up with that. It'll be probably July, August time frame. So just stay tuned with it. And other than that, if you think a guy needs to hear what I'm talking about and you think they can really benefit from this video, this message, make sure you send that to them. Other than that, this has been a good one. You have a great Wednesday, and I will talk to you later. Let's see. Let's see. Who said that? Who said that? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get the comments. I don't understand that. Maybe these are kids or something. I don't know. But other than that, y'all have a good one.